Okay, Phil Lee returning with another episode of Civil War Chat. Today is the 4th of February, 2022. Click on the subscribe button here in the lower right to subscribe to my show, and also on the notification bell in the far upper right to be notified when new episodes are released. As you can see, we're about 970 subscribers now, so you can help us get to 1,000 subscribers by subscribing down here. Today, I want to talk about, the topic is rumors of war. So let me share with you some statue pictures that are going to put this in context. First, if you're familiar with the Civil War, you're pretty familiar with Cavalry General Jeb Stuart, who was in charge of the Cavalry Corps for Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia. This is a statue that was on Monument Avenue in Richmond to Jeb Stuart. It stood there for 113 years, from 1907 to 2020. It was taken down in 2020, and 6 months earlier, the Museum of History, Virginia's Museum of History, put up this particular statue. Let me find it. I think I got the wrong one there. Let me try again. Yeah, right here, this one. And this one is called Rumors of War. The as you can see, it's an obvious mockery of the Jeb Stuart statue, and we'll talk a little bit more about what it is as I get into my dialogue here. So let me turn that off and move on into my dialogue. All right. After the sculpture had stood for 113 years, Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney had the Confederate General Jeb Stuart statue removed in 2020. 6 months earlier, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts in Richmond unveiled the $2 million Rumors of War statue that is a deliberate mockery of the Jeb Stuart Memorial. The rider in the Rumors statue is depicted as a contemporary Black youth with dreadlocks and a ponytail, wearing blue jeans ripped at the knees and Nike high-top sneakers. He's in a saddle and he's got stirrups, and he's wearing Nike high-top sneakers to ride a horse. And a horse is not used to being nudged forward with somebody wearing sneakers. Typically, they wear boots for that. But the sculpture of Rumors of War apparently didn't know that. Anyway, the point is that only the blind can fail to see that the Rumors of War statue, the true depiction, is one of just pure hatred. By removing all Confederate statues from Richmond's Monument Avenue, Mayor Stoney and his followers have revealed that they are so full of hatred that they are unwittingly minimizing spectators for the Rumors of War statue. If they had left the Confederate statues in place, far more people would be viewing the new statue as an indirect result of visiting Richmond to see the Confederate memorials. But now, with those Confederate memorials down, the people that are seeing Rumors of War is tiny compared to what it would have otherwise been. So according to the Wikipedia, the Rumors of War statue, quote, is situated near a so-called volley of now removed Confederate statues that populated the city's Monument Avenue. After removing all Confederate memorials and presently dismantling their pedestals, Mayor Stoney is revealing his dubious morality in a new way as well. Specifically, he is leading an effort to jigger the voting for authority to change Richmond into a casino town. Although anyone with common sense knows that a large casino would breed gambling addiction, poverty, criminal activity, and other social problems. Stoney doesn't care. He wants to transform Richmond, and he wants the casino partly because it will be a Black-owned enterprise. That's already part of the deal. You can't just vote straight up or straight down on a casino project for Richmond. You have to vote for one that's going to be Black-owned, or against one that's Black-owned. Even though Richmond voters turned down this referendum, 51%, 49% 3 months earlier, the Stoney-controlled city council wants a new referendum this year in 2022. Stoney insists on a new vote, partly because the November vote, quote, made Richmond Blacks feel unloved, close quote. As though the descendants of Confederate soldiers living in Richmond don't feel unloved by having the statues torn down. But Stoney says that we need a new casino vote because the last casino vote, quote, made Richmond's Black residents feel unloved, close quote. Although the vote majority, admittedly, was only 1,500 out of a total of 77,000 votes, Stoney's side spent so much money that there is good reason to doubt the legitimacy of the vote in favor of the casino. I'm not saying doubt the vote. I'm saying doubt those that voted in favor of the casino. The casino proposal was rejected. All right, first, consider this. Nearly 1/3 of the ballots that were used in that vote, 25,000 of the 77,000 votes, were either mail-in or early voting. Given that such procedures are comparatively new in Richmond, the situation seems to have been ripe for ballot harvesting. Second, the pro-casino side spent on their campaign $34 per voter, or $2.6 million. Since they got less than half of the votes, they actually spent about $70 per affirmative vote in their campaign. Far, far more than the other side, not even close comparison. When that much money is sloshing around in favor of one side, it seems likely that some of it was spent on petty bribes and vote harvesting. Third, since Blacks voted in favor of the casino while whites voted 2-to-1 against it, Stoney is choosing sides purely on the basis of his race. Any objective mayor would not recommend a new referendum only 3 months after the first one just failed. That makes it's as much a mockery as these Rumors of War statue is a mockery of Jeb Stuart. Having his second memorandum calling for a second referendum, only 3 months after the first one was voted, is a mockery of the democratic process. Just as the public has long suspected that the cable news network has been morally rotten to its core, so also are we realizing that leaders like Stoney are also rotten, mere demagogues that care for nothing but their own prosperity. I mean, it's gone on over 5 years, and people doubted CNN, that Trump would hold his rallies and he'd point to CNN and the audience would, we don't trust those people. And now with this latest news, this is now February 4th, 2022, all this late news breaking about CNN being corrupt from the top down. There is no interest in that news network providing honest news, none. The same is becoming true to the public, and they look at people like Stoney, Oh yeah, he takes down Confederate monuments because he's morally superior. He's for the higher morality of racial equality. Those statues had nothing to do with race. There were no celebration for slavery or anything like that. But when it comes to creating a business for Richmond, he wants to create a business that adds nothing. Gambling creates no value. It moves money from one pocket to another pocket, based purely on chance and if not corruption in the way that the games are played. Although Mayor Stoney wants to move full speed ahead with this transforming Richmond into a casino town, the state legislature may not let him. We'll just have to hope that that's the case. If you're interested in having a city like Richmond exist on the kind of traditional values that most Americans still value. Let me go. I've got one more thing to share. Okay. This is my book, U.S. Grant's Failed Presidency. I recommend this book because if you want to understand Reconstruction, this is going to help you. President Grant was corrupt. He has given so much credit improperly for advancing the civil rights of blacks during his two-term presidency. He didn't care about blacks. The only thing that he wanted from the blacks was their votes. This became obvious when he refused to provide troops to Mississippi. I think it was in 1875 to help them, to help the Republicans win the election down there. And the reason he did that is because the voters in Ohio, the Republicans in Ohio, told him that if he sent troops to Mississippi, he would lose the Ohio vote. So he chose Ohio over Mississippi, specifically over Mississippi blacks. So U.S. Grant's Failed Presidency is going to help you understand the Reconstruction era. You can get it for $22 on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. If you want an autographed copy, it's $25. Just email me and let me know that that's what you'd like to do. But for all of my books, if you like them, please give them a 5-star ranking. It helps us out. We have to spread the word. You and I have to spread the word that is going to help people have an objective viewpoint of Confederate memorials. In the memory of such men as Robert E. Lee, where Washington and Lee University they may be removing the name altogether. They've already minimized the Lee influence as much as they can. I think the faculty and the administration just wants to get rid of the Lee name altogether. If you want people to get the true story on the Confederate leaders and the Southern soldier, that's what I try to do with my books. So if that's what you want, please read the books. If you like them, please give them 5 stars. It really helps us out. It's going to help us. If you feel that way, it's going to help us also protect our memorials. Okay, that's our show for today, and thanks for watching.